Hey guys, Henry here from Product Creation Formula. In this video, we're going to be talking about how to create a cover for your low content KDP Amazon book. Now, before we get started on all that, there's three things you're going to need to know. Number one is you're going to need to know how many pages it is. Now, the reason you need to know that is because you need to know the spine size as well as the bleed size. The next thing you're going to be needing, number two, is going to be what are your dimensions. Now, the reason you need to know your dimensions is so as when you put it in PowerPoint presentation, which is what we're going to be operating in, is because you need to know what size to be able to create it. And thirdly, you're going to be needing some kind of illustration to be able to create your cover. So before we head on over there to do that, if you like this video, please consider smashing the like button, as well as subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you can be notified whenever we upload more videos. You know, here at Product Creation Formula, we love to give you tips and tricks to help you create your products quickly and easily. And along with that, we also do product reviews as well as tips on how to make money online. So let's go check it out now. Okay, now in this part of the video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be choosing a template that we're going to be using. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go over here. As you can see, we're in Kindle, Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing, and we're in the cover template section. I'll leave a link for this down in the description down below. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a size, and I'm going to be looking at doing the 8.5 by 11. Now we have to remember that we're going to be looking at the spine size as well as the bleed size. We need to take those into consideration, and I'm going to be showing you a really easy way of how to do that in a few minutes. Now what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be making a journal which is 365 pages long. So it's a pretty big journal, nice and thick and so forth, so as you can get the idea of how to do this. We're going to go hit download now, and I'm going to save this on my D drive. I'm going to go to my low content PLR folder. I'm going to put that in my all covers. I have an 8.5 by 11 and I'm going to be putting this under 365. But as you can see, Amazon by default makes that 370 pages. They take it to the nearest 10, but that's okay. But because I already have one that's already up there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be making this one number 2. I'm going to hit there, I'm going to hit save. Wait for that to come up, and for some strange reason, I don't know why that's happened recently, but this has only just started coming up, and I know that Amazon is perfectly safe, so I'm going to have no issues with keeping that. And in just a moment, I'm going to go to that folder, and I'm going to open that folder up, and I am now going to right click, and I'm going to hit extract all, and I'm going to drag that over here so you can see what I'm doing, and then I'm going to extract it. There we are. Now, the next step we have to do is we need to make sure that we grab our PowerPoint. So what we're going to do is we're going to grab our PowerPoint right now. Let's get rid of that mark there. I'm going to grab this one here, open that up. Now, first thing I'm going to do is go over here. I'm going to right click here, and I'm going to go to layout, and I'm going to hit blank. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to view, and I'm going to add some guides. This way we have guides that we can work with. And then I'm going to be going over here to design, and we're going to hit this section here which says slide size. When you click on that, we're going to go custom slide, and this is where we're going to leave it for the moment. Now I'm going to be giving you, down below, I'm going to be leaving a link for what I'm about to do, which is GIMP. You may or may not already have GIMP on your system. I use GIMP because it's free, and it's similar to Photoshop, but it's something I'm just used to. I find it a lot less, it's a lot easier for me to understand because this is what I've been using for years. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here, I'm going to go to the file, and now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be opening that file I just put on there up, and that's on my D drive, and I'm going to be making sure I add the PDF, not the actual, not the image. And the reason I'm doing that is I find that the PDF is more accurate in its sizing. So let's go down here to the low content PLR. I'll click on that, go to all covers, go to 8.5, And then I'm going to go to this one here, and remembering it was number 2 because I already had a previous one there. I'm going to click on there, and as you can see, I've got a PDF and a PNG. So I'm just going to click on the PDF, and double click on that, and I'm going to hit import. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Control, and I'm just going to have my mouse button. I'm going to scroll that back a little bit, and that is where I'm going to be. That is exactly what I want right now. Now I'm going to go to this icon right here. I'm going to right click on that, and where it says scale, I'm going to left click on that, and then I'm going to left click on the image. Now this is what we're going to be needing right this very minute, but before we do, we need to change it from pixels to inches. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to left click on that, scroll down to inches, click on that, and I'm going to grab from the 18.08, I'm going to copy that, and we're going to go straight back to our PowerPoint. And see where it says width in inches? And make sure that says inches. And you can just go Control V, and that pastes that right there. Now let's go back to GIMP. I'm going to grab this 11.25. I'm going to copy over the top of that. Go back over here and do Control V, and that pastes it into that spot. I'm going to hit OK. And I'm going to make sure it ensures fit, and there we have it. Now the next thing we're going to be needing to do is to bring up an image. Now I'm over here in Pixabay. Now I've decided to just type in background, and I found a background that I really like, and I really quite like this one with the clouds. So I'm going to click on that, and because I'm already logged in, it's not going to be much of an issue for me to do this. I'm going to click on that. And I'm making sure that this one is an SVG file. If it says AI file, just go for the PNG. But because this is an SVG, I can actually grab this one. And it's a size, it's something I can use that I can resize, and it's not going to lose its quality of image. So I'm going to keep the SVG, and I'm going to download that. And in just a moment, it's going to download. Now I want this inside this file here, right where this is. And that is where I'm going to put it. Wait for that to do its thing. There we have it. Now, over here, I'm now going to go here to Insert. I'm now going to go here. I'm going to go Picture. I'm going to go this device. I'm going to go back down to where we had the D file. We're going to go down to Low Content PLR. All covers. 8.5 by 11. 365 pages, 370.2, and there we have it. Now this is the one that we want. I'm going to double click on that, and it's going to bring it over here. Now I'm going to now click on this image, get rid of this design ideas. I'm going to hold down the Control key and roll my mouse button, my roller, back just one little click. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this image, and I'm going to drag this all the way across till it covers that entire image. And as you can see, it's actually longer than that image. So by clicking on the actual image itself, I can then go over here to where you click on this button here. It says crop, and I click on that. Now I have to make sure that I click on that line just there, and I drag it across to the left hand side till it covers that section just there. And then I just click off it, and there we have it. Now the next thing we need to do is we need to grab that other image. We're going to grab a picture. We're going to go insert this device, and we're going to be grabbing this image right here. And you're going to double click on that. Now what I want to do is I'm now going to be sending this one, I'll get rid of that again. I'm going to be sending this one back one level. So I'm going to right click on here. Oops, daisy. Right click on here. And over here where it says send to back, I'm going to go send backwards. I don't want to send it back, I just want to send backwards. Now that we've done that, I'm going to click on this upper image. And this is exactly where I want to be right now. Now I'm going to go to where it says graphic format. I'm going to click on that. And at this particular point in time, we want to be able to make this transparent. So what I'm doing is I'm actually going to right click on here, go down to where it says format graphics. I'm going to click on that, and over here on the right hand side you'll see this pane come up, And over here on the right hand side, you'll see this one that says picture. We click on that. Now over here where it says picture transparency, we then click on that, and we want to make this a little bit more transparent right now. And the reason we want to do that is so as we can have an idea as to where the lines are going to be. Now we can now see through that image, and we can now tell these are the bleed lines. Now I always recommend that when it comes to doing these things, we always say yes to bleed. The reason why is it takes it all the way to the edge. Now the reason I'm doing this is because I'm going to be turning this into a journal. Now let's quickly put some wording in here. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to click on shape. I'm going to hit this one here, which is a text box, and I'm going to take that across to here, and we can go there. Now right now I'm going to just make sure I take that up to about 48, and I'm going to say something like everyday journal. Everyday journal. I'm going to centralize that, maybe make that open sans. Yep, that'll do. I might even make that open sans bold if I can. I'll scroll down to open sans. Oh, there we are, gone too far. Open sans extra bold, we'll do that. Oops, I need to highlight over the top of that, make it easier. Extra bold, there we are. Now we can also, if we wish to, because this is going to be a journal, so I'm going to put it down as, go down to the next, actually I'm going to create a new line, so I'm going to undo that. Alright, so I'm going to create a new line. I'm just going to go over here to shapes, add another font, go here, maybe make that one just straight out open sans, and this one's going to be left as 18. I'm going to be going say something like 8.5 by 11 line ruled and that will be fine. So we can now centralize that, and we can make that 365 pages, and that will do. Now we're already here. Let's now go back to this image again, click on that, and we want to take that over here so we can see what it looks like so far. So far it's pretty good. Now I like that so far, and we want the guides because we want to know where the center is. Now let's go do this again. We're going to be adding another one here. Let's go here, and we're going to be keeping this at 18, and in this particular case I'm going to say everyday journal, and I might say, in fact I might bring that transparency back up again so I can see what I'm doing. Remove that transparency. Yep, 365 pages, that's what I'll put down there. Click in there again, take it across, 365 pages. That will do. Now all we need to do is turn that around to about there, grab that and drag it across to about the center of the page. And as you can see, those lines are approximately center of the page. You can drag that down so as it meets a bit more accurately. In fact, I'm going to centralize that, put that in the center of it. And now another thing we can do if we want to, we can just go over here and we can manipulate this to go arrange. Go here, we can go to align, and go center, and then we can go align, and we can go middle, and there we have it, dead smack in the center. Now you can be putting your name here if you wish to. You can do all sorts of wonderful things. Now let's get rid of the transparency on this background. Go back over here to where it says picture. We can now move that down to here, and there we have it. Now this includes the spine size, as well as this. Now if you wish to make this bigger, you can do all sorts of funky things if you want to do that. Now oopsie-daisy, make sure you don't do that. If you do happen to move it, make sure you replace it. Now I'm going to grab hold of that, drag it down, maybe put that at the very bottom. In fact, that doesn't need to be up high, and we can put that down to about there. And this one here, I'm going to make it a bit bigger. I'll highlight over those words. In fact, there's probably no reason why I couldn't take that up to quite a bit. Everyday journal, that's lovely, beautiful and bright, and because it's a nice white background in the background, that looks good. We can also change the font style to make it a bit more appealing. We don't want to go anything like that because that's just a little bit too weird for a black background. We could go maybe something like that, or we can continue going down until we find what we're after. That looks strange, that looks not cool, that looks weird. And you can just keep scrolling down until you find the font that you really like. And then once you've found the font that you really like, you can then do it. Brush, yeah, that looks nice. I think brushed is nice. We can do that one even. If you want to make it a bit more girly, you can make it like that. Or you can even make it a bit more calligraphy if you wish to. You can do Comic Sans, but that's pretty overdone these days. There's a whole bunch you can choose from. Everyday Journal, I like that one. I'm going to keep that one. Everyday Journal, and that is done. Now we can also do that with the same font. Let's have a look what the name of this font is. That should be in our list over here. There we are, and there we have it. We can also make this font the same so as to keep it consistent. And there it is. It is completely done. All we need to do now is make sure we can save it. Now, I always make sure I have the Save As button right here. And how I get that Save As button, you'll notice that when you upload, when you first have your PowerPoint presentation, you won't have Save As one of your regular buttons. So you'll need to actually go and find it. To be able to find your Save As button, you'll need to go to this drop-down menu just here, and you need to go down to the bottom where it says More Commands. And over here where it says Popular Commands, we click on that, and we go here to All Commands. And then we have to wait for that bar to shrink. We drag it down to S to Save As. There we are. See Save As, we click on that, we set it to there, and because I've already got it, and then you hit OK. But because I've already got it, it will just reject it. So I'm just going to go bang and we hit OK. I've already got it. So I'm now going to go Save As. Now I'm going to go take that back to the same location I had it before, which is D drive. And I'm going to go back to my original one, which was low content PLR, which was just here. And I'm going to go back to my all covers, 8.5 by 11, 365 page, number 2. This one just here, and we are going to be calling, this is going to be making this one PDF. So we scroll up to here to PDF, and right here we're going to be calling this one Journal Cover. Cloud Journal Cover. We can even if we wanted to, we could even make that a dream journal. Let's make this a dream journal. Yeah, there we go, and we can save it as a PDF. Now, I'm saving it as that, but because I can actually save this, I can resave it again. So let's get rid of that. An error occurred while PowerPoint was saving, that's fine. Okay, that's fine, we'll just get rid of that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and we're going to be calling that Dream Journal, or Everyday Dream Journal. And click over here, Everyday Dream Journal, that's lovely. And we can now call this a Dream Journal. Let's save this as, and we shall now make that a PDF again. And we're going to call this one Dream. Okay, we're going to just re-click on that, and we can hit Save. Dream Journal already exists. Do you want to replace it? Yes, we do. everyday dream journal, and here we have it. And as you can see, that is exactly the right size. It is exactly what you want to see. 8.5 by 11, line ruled, 365 pages. And this is in case a person dreams every single day, and they can write down on the day that they have their dream journal. And this way they've got enough in their dream journal to last them an entire year. Let's get rid of that. And that is exactly how you can easily create it with the bleed and the spine width, to make sure that you get the spine width and the bleed to be able to fit in PowerPoint presentation. And that is exactly how you do it. Now, if you want to be able to get the spine width and everything like that for Canva or any of the others, you can use GIMP to do exactly the same thing, to give you the spine width. And make sure you do it with your PDF. Now, before we go any further, if you like this video, please consider smashing the like button, as well as subscribing and hitting the bell icon so you can be notified when we upload more videos. Now, also too, if you could, leave a comment down below to let us know what you thought of this video and how easy it is to use GIMP to find the measurements that you want to be able to have an accurate measurement for your PowerPoint presentation. Okay guys, have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.